Democrats Club, and to everyone for tuning in. My name is Yilin Zhang, running for Ward 2 DC Council. And by way of introductions, I came to the DC area about 10 years ago. I'm a transplant from Michigan and a first-generation Asian American. And I've spent the last 10 years working in the healthcare sector, working in the public and private sectors. I started as an organizer, as a researcher, and then moved into consulting and business development. And so healthcare is really important to me, making sure that people have access to quality healthcare. For me, my number one priority is making sure that we address our homelessness crisis. The homelessness crisis is across DC and especially in Ward 2. And I do want to give a shout out also to Japer for that was when I first learned that 40% of our youth who are experiencing homelessness actually identify as LGBTQIA. So that's an incredible crisis that we need to address. And that means making sure that all individuals have a roof over their heads. It's not shelters. The individuals that I've spoken to do not want to go to the shelters for a number of reasons. We need to make sure that housing is a human right and people have stable housing and also streamlined wraparound services. That includes behavioral and mental health care. That includes substance abuse recovery resources. That includes access to job opportunities that are long-term and have upward mobility. And it's a long-term investment that we need to make. I truly believe that we can resolve our homelessness crisis, but it takes political will. And the COVID-19 crisis has really highlighted the fact that we need to build a resilient infrastructure. And that means making sure that we also protect our most vulnerable communities. And that includes our sex worker community. So since the beginning of this campaign, I have been in support of decriminalization of sex work. It's important that all of our residents, especially our sex worker community, do not have to live with the weight of legal discrimination. That they can feel like they can go and access healthcare. They can feel like they can report incidences of violence to the police. And many years ago, when I first started my healthcare career, I worked in distributing condoms to the sex worker community. I also accompanied our sex workers to the hospital so that they could access healthcare and get STD testing without feeling like they were alone in the process. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, that the weight of discrimination is so incredible that it often causes people to not seek the care and the protection that they need. So that is something that I commit to working toward. And of course, in the long term, we need to make sure that our sex worker community has access to affordable housing and also has access to long-term employment opportunities that pay above the minimum wage. And then finally, I've been fighting for DC statehood for more than 2 years with the League of Women Voters. Again, COVID-19 has highlighted the fact that we need to become a state because DC was shortchanged almost $750 million in federal relief funding. And that's something we need to address because that money could be used for test kits, hospital supplies. Thank you so much.